every week I watch videos, and whether that be videos I actually like want to learn from or videos I want to be entertained from, I watch a lot of videos. And I always have something to say after these videos. And I thought, like, why not just put it out there and actually say something online about these videos? So this is going to be something I'm going to try and do more often, where I watch videos during the week, and whether they be work related will be on our work channel. And if they're entertainment related, I'm going to worry about them on our entertainment channel here. So today's is going to be an entertainment, and I need to come up with a name for this thing, but I really don't care because I'd rather just make it and get it out there. So we're just going to jump in today. So the first thing we're going to watch is the Godzilla -1 trailer. Now, I know I'll get in a lot of shit if I play the whole video without talking, so I'm going to have to pause it throughout. So if you want to watch the videos that I'm going to do in their entirety, make sure you go hunt them down. But this is a review, and I don't want to get copyright strikes, so here we go. This is the Godzilla -1 official trailer. Okay, so immediately going into this, I know nothing about this movie. I knew that there was a new Godzilla film happening, but I know there's like a few kaiju films happening right now. But immediately what I'm seeing in this is, holy shit, this looks like the 1954 Gojira.
Godzilla.
Okay, so this looks amazing. It looks absolutely stunning. My wife and I, Andy and I, just rewatched. We're watching all the Godzilla movies, and we're trying to do it in order, but we're getting bored with a lot of them with the Heisei period, so we're jumping ahead to watch other ones. But we rewatched the first three, and the first one is tremendous in how much it holds up. So a lot of this is feeling like the first one until she said, "Is that Godzilla?" Because no one knew what the hell Godzilla was in the first one. It was just like this like ravage of fast-paced insanity. So I'm wondering if they're doing what they did with, I forget which movie it was, but basically they killed every movie that came before it and said, none of those happened. We're going to start over with Godzilla 1 happened. Now here's the new part 2. This kind of feels like that. Whoa! The VisFX team has their work cut out for them. Holy crap, they are nailing it so far. It looks like they're getting good actors. Like something I think a lot of people think about kaiju films, especially Godzilla films, is that the acting was bad. And yeah, there was a certain period of time where the acting was really terrible. But if you go back and watch the original films, the first two were really good acting. It was really strong. I take out the American edit bullshit that is terrible, but the first two films were like really good, and a bunch of them going through the series are actually good acting. So this isn't catching me off guard or anything. It's just really neat to note.
Godzilla.
-1. So, I may be wrong. I may be right. but no one tells me if I'm in a fight. I don't know what I'm saying. But this feels like an American trailer. This doesn't feel like a Japanese trailer. Japanese movie trailers have like this like feel to them where they're really hyper focused on the characters rather than the spectacle. And American trailers really focus on the spectacle rather than the story. So American trailers will usually say like, oh, this big action set piece happened, and you know, this action set piece happened, and then this action set piece happened, and like here's a little tiny little nugget of what the story is going to be, but it's not what the story actually is. It's not like the defining moments of the characters and like the hero's journey and everything else. And because of that, we're very inundated with all of these trailers that just look like a clone of every other trailer. I'm not saying Japanese trailers aren't clones of each other, because they absolutely are. But a Japanese trailer will usually focus on the character, on like that slow progression of the character until something happens. And then when that big thing happens, it's like a big part even in the trailer. And then they cut to like 30 seconds of a song that they're hyping up for the movie. Like that's how songs come out. And like they even say like who the song's by in the trailer. This feels like super actiony. And I mean, you don't go to a Godzilla movie to watch the defining depths of the human soul and, you know, the human condition. You don't watch A Marriage Story and kaiju. I would in a heartbeat, but you don't. So you go to a kaiju to watch, you know, monsters wrecking shit. And this is basically looking good. I'm actually stoked for this, but it's just interesting that this looked like an American trailer rather than a Japanese trailer. I'm going to look really quick. Godzilla -1 Japanese trailer. I'm going to see if there's a difference. Minute 22. Let's just see if there's anything different. Okay, so already I am
Godzilla.
like, I love this like slow build. Was this in the other one? Was I just like overthinking this dramatically? Let me check this real quick, because if it is, I'm gonna bite my tongue and be like, man, you're an asshole, Jason. Okay, Godzilla -1. Okay, throw the train. Oh, because they're cutting away to like this text more. Let me see. Oh, maybe I'm not. Okay, cut away to the text. Hold on. It's running. Little girl. Was the little girl in the American one? Let's just do this. You know what? This is gonna turn into this, and I'm sorry, but I have to do it. Shot by shot here. Okay, up until the little girl. This is the Japanese trailer. Running. Okay, little girl. Now back to the American. Okay, dude screaming and throwing the train. Okay, I'm super gonna bite my tongue on this one. I'm sorry. Okay. I should really have my face on the other side. Yeah, it's the same thing. I'm dumb. I'm sorry. Okay, so it looks fun. Of course, I'm going to go see it. My wife and I are huge fans. You know, it is what it is. And we're going to have a blast of a time watching it. And that's really what it boils down to. That is like the most important part, right? So I am going to really quick switch my face around because it annoys the piss out of me. So if I'm looking this way, I'm looking at the screen. Okay. So boom. And we transition. Yeah, now on the right side. So let's kill this one. Neil Breen released a new video this week. If you're familiar with Neil Breen, yay, welcome to the new video. Neil Breen is the mastermind, as I dare to say, behind such cavalcades of trash as Twisted Pair, I Am Here Now, and oh my God, why am I blanking? It's like he has so much garbage. It's amazing. Like we love bad movies. We love bad movies because of the incompetence and the utter failure of trying their hardest and failing at trying to make a movie. Neil Breen is on a whole different level. He thinks he's actually making something truly foundational and fundamental and like world changing. And it just ends up being laughable. So I watched this last night. I wanted to share a couple quick parts with you and see if I can find them really quick. He's advertising that his new film, Cade, has been in lots and lots, hundreds of theaters and showings and festivals, and it's getting rave reviews. I just want you to hear some of the stuff, but it's going to be released here pretty soon. So he's making an announcement for it.
Hi, this is Neil Breen. It's November 2023. I wanted to give you all an update on my new feature film, Cade, The Tortured Crossing. It's been a pretty interesting past few months for me in the film. The film has gotten a few film festival awards. It was...
One of my favorite parts about this is he is literally staring at himself in his laptop, or maybe he has a little handy cam or something that he's filming on, but he's looking at himself in the laptop. Like, this eye is up here looking at the camera, but this eye is really looking down at himself because dude just cannot get enough of himself.
Given the Best Fantasy Feature Film Award by the very prestigious Los Angeles-based Real Independent Film Festival.
So he's sucking his own dick because he's amazing and his film is amazing and it's got this award, which, I mean, when you're hyping a movie, you probably should, but man, people who suck their own dick about their own shit it infuriates me. Speaking of, like and subscribe for more awesome content that you can't live without.
2 days ago, the Cannes Film Festival, Cannes Continental Film Festival in France, contacted me and said that my film was selected as a semi-finalist in their film festival, which was an official award.
Hi.
Here's the menu.
Thank you. So I'm a giant goober, and I just realized that my mic was off that whole time. But I'm going to leave it in because, that's what I do. So my favorite part about this is that he's sucking his own dick. He's sucking his own dick so hard about the Cannes Film Festival. And it's hilarious to me.
Festival ran a survey of their entire festival. And
yep, don't worry about retakes. Don't worry about scripting anything out. Literally, you're going to be talking to thousands and thousands of people. I talked to maybe 20 on here. So this is, I don't know. It's Neil Breen.
And Cade, The Tortured Crossing, was awarded the People's Choice Award.
Of course it was.
The Swiss International Film Festival also selected Cade as an official selection.
Of course it was, because it drives people to the theater because people want to see it and laugh at it.
London-based London Sci-Fi Film Festival,
as opposed to the Chicago London Film Sci-Fi Festival,
chose Cade, The Tortured Crossing, as an official selection.
Okay.
Very, very supportive of the film. Throughout the world.
Ooh.
Throughout the United States.
Throughout the world.
Throughout
the
Canada.
United States. But we also Canada.
Australia. The United Kingdom. Ireland.
That's not part of the United Kingdom. Austria. Sweden. Yeah, that's a country.
The
Netherlands.
And I'm sure I'm forgetting something else.
Probably.
Iceland.
No. Okay, like I'm ragging on him right now, but I love his movies. I've bought all of his movies, so
it's just been terrific. But there's been 153 theatrical standing ovation.
Yeah.
Theaters,
So this is the first thing I wanted to share with you.
standing ovations, great reviews, packed houses.
Yeah. You ever see a Rocky Horror Picture Show in the theater? You ever go see The Room in the theater where people are just packed to the brim, laughing their ass off at the incompetence? That's what we have with Cade. I haven't seen the movie yet. I will buy the movie so I can giggle.
And it's just been a terrific experience.
Okay.
2024. And
So basically here he goes on to talk about how the movie is going to be released on Amazon and everything else. But if I don't get a DVD hand printed by Neil Breen himself in his own house, in this in this background computer over here that doesn't turn on, that is coffee stained and gooey, I'm going to be pissed off. I want my physical copy. Digital copy is bullshit. It's good for the immediate satisfaction of enjoying a piece of shit movie, but I want the actual physical copy. So I'm going to go to the very end here, and this is this is my favorite part, and this is literally the reason I wanted to talk about this video, because it made me stop what I was doing last night while I was working as I was listening to this, and it made me laugh out loud.
it's November 2020. Way to get updates on a lot of motivation to go forward and forward. Everything's been very profitable for me and very successful. Thank you again. We'll talk to you soon. The best way to get updates on the film is to go to @NeilBreen on X/Twitter and follow me there. The website for the film is www.cade-crossing.com. You can also follow Neil Breen on Facebook.
Okay, so he he finishes the first part of his video
A lot
here.
of motivation to go forward and forward. Everything's been very profitable for. Thank you again.
He's talking about his profits, which is one thing, and that's you don't talk about that with your fans.
And we'll talk to you soon. The best way to get.
And then he freeze frames it and does a voiceover that's obviously not in the same room, obviously not by the same equipment. The pure incompetence here is why I love him so much. This is amazing. He freeze frames it and does a voiceover in a different location with different gear. And instead of just literally putting the information on the screen for the whole video, like a website
Get updates
or the social media or anything like that, he does a voiceover. He does a voiceover of his own video because he forgot to do it, or he doesn't know how to make graphics to put on top of the video, because he's a filmmaker.
on the film is to go to @NeilBreen on X/Twitter.
Now he's talking so slow because he wants you to actually follow along with what he's doing. He wants you to type this in to the computer while he's talking about it, but he's giving you time to open up a new page, to type along like it's like a learn to speak a different language tape.
And follow me there. The website for the film
And the website
is www.
I think we stopped using the www in like 2004 or 2005. People just cut off the www because we all know. We all know. We all know.
dot
Dot.
Cade
dash like he was going to say space, but he remembered the word dash.
crossing
Hold on, damn it.
dot Cade dash
Dash
crossing.com.
.com.
You can also follow Neil Breen on Facebook.
Okay. It's amazing. So that's the level of competence with his films. If you haven't watched Neil Breen's films, that's what you're in for. That was probably, it might have been scripted. I don't know. Okay, so the last thing we're going to watch is the Yu Yu Hakusho video, the Yu Yu Hakusho trailer. I saw this coming to Netflix, and here's my issue with this. I used to be a huge fan of Yu Yu Hakusho. I actually bought the DVD set twice. I had to buy like a fan sub version of it. And then when it officially came to America, I loved the series so much I wanted to buy the American release of it. And when I was a kid and I was really into shonen anime, I really loved shonen anime. I loved Dragon Ball. I loved Ranma One Half, which kind of like led me down the path of romance anime. It opened up my eyes to a whole other world, but Yu Yu Hakusho was kind of like in between that, where it was like, here's a bunch of action, and it was basically like the One Piece of my generation. And it didn't run very long, I don't think. I think there was, I don't remember how many episodes. I know there were 4 discs, or at least 4 disc sets. I know that for a fact. But it's fun. It was light-hearted. The show basically becomes the template for what a tournament arc is in anime, and it just stays that way for the whole series. It was a lot of fun as a little boy, but here's the issue. We are living in a post-live action One Piece world right now, and that's a problem for most people. Not a problem for us, because we actually get to have amazing content now. And One Piece was so goddamn good. It was so well done because it was story driven and it was character driven first. Character mattered more than anything else in One Piece. Every situation, every shot, every fucking shot of One Piece was hanging on the idea of how does this affect the characters? And the characters affect the story. And then as the story builds and as the characters progress, when the action scenes do happen, they're earned. They're built up so that we're invested. So that action isn't just action, it's literally part of the story. And that's something truly important about shonen anime in general, that you have to earn that fight. Oh, not just shonen anime, I'm sorry, but action. Like action movies. Like the reason John Wick works so well is not only just because the cinematography is out of this world gorgeous, or the stunt work and the action set pieces are gorgeous, but that every scene is earned. And that's why I didn't like John Wick 2, because John Wick 2 didn't earn it. It was just like, oh, let's just throw more action at it. And then they said, shit, 2 wasn't that good. Let's go back to having a character-driven action with 3, and then 4 blew it out of the water. You know, like every action piece in that movie actually made you feel like, oh, this action scene, this fight, this big spectacle is actually earned by that character's motivations and the driving force of the story. If an action set piece does not push the story along, it's not important. You can take it out. If a car chase does not actually push the story or push a character's motivation to continue their journey, it's not needed. So that's why so many action movies are so boring, because they're just throwing action out there and they're saying, well, yeah, well, you need that action set piece. You need that car chase. You need that explosion. It's like you didn't earn it. So One Piece did what almost every other anime adaptation did not, is take the material seriously. And while we don't want, even though nerds complain about stay truthful to the source material, sometimes we don't want that, okay? Because as a fan of the of the manga, the fan of the comic, the fan of the book, a fan of the original movie, whatever, we want a little variation, because we don't want to see the exact same thing again. We've already read it. But when you deviate too far from something, where you're not holding the heart of what made that story so amazing, that's when we get so pissed off. You remember the movie Wanted? Gross. Anyway, I am never going to give that movie a fair chance. Or just like Ready Player One. Ready Player One was not about the spectacles. The spectacles were a backstory. The story about Ready Player One was the fascination that you could be a nerd and love everything you love, and then that will make you great. That learning facts about nerd history and video games and books and comics and movies doesn't waste your life. It actually fulfills your life. And that knowledge is what makes you powerful. The movie says, hey, you're on a journey and you get to figure out this guy's love history that doesn't make sense to the plot because that's not the plot. And then the main character just stumbles onto these things instead of actually taking 20 years to earn that nerd credit. He just stumbles into shit, you know? It doesn't, that movie doesn't work on a plethora of different reasons, but because they changed the motivation and the characters so much, the movie sucked. It was terrible. So I go into that thinking, what about the Death Note adaptations? The Japanese Death Note adaptations weren't that good. The American one wasn't that good. It was okay. When I watched it twice. The first time I absolutely hated it because it deviated so much. The second time I actually took into consideration what they were trying to do, and it's not as bad as I remember it. Almost every anime adaptation to a live action story, if it's action based, is really garbage. Except for Rurouni Kenshin. The Rurouni Kenshin live action films are tremendous. They're amazing. They hit on the great characters. They hit on the comedy. And then they hit on the action when they need to, but it doesn't rely on the action. So similar to what we're about to watch, when the One Piece trailer came out, I hated it. I flat out hated it, the One Piece live action trailer, because it was nothing but action. I was bored out of my skull. So if you can hear my cat, he's clawing his way into my office right now. Hold on. Jimmy, I'm coming. Come on in. I know. Okay. So Jimmy's going to be a part of this too, apparently. Because he wouldn't stop. And I hated it. But then when I watched it, I was floored because it wasn't all action. It was all character, and we already went over that. I'm not going to go back into that. So I'm taking that with a grain of salt as we watch the Yu Yu Hakusho trailer. So I know it's a trailer. I know we can't get into character motivations, perfectly, but literally we start with an action piece where he dies and gets reborn. In the first episode of Yu Yu Hakusho, I'm forgetting his name. Is it Sasuke? I don't think it's Sasuke. Anyway, the main character saves a little boy from an oncoming truck and dies because of it, instantly proving Blake Snyder's rule of save the cat. The first time we are introduced to a character, whether it be the first scene or a slow progression right after, is we should see them doing something that we view as heroic or good if we want to be connected with that character through the story. We need to understand that that person is a human being that we can side with. So that first episode, he saves a little boy, and it's wonderful. It's so tender and touching, and it's nice. And then when he's resurrected from death, it's like, cool. He's actually earning this. I think it's kind of weird that they don't show the girl. There's a girl with blue hair who revives him from death. But, American audiences, maybe? Yusuke. Sasuke. I was close. There she is. There's my girl. So they got the Demon King spot on. I love this, and I love that they're not deviating from it too much. But there is what I was talking about, like we can deviate, but if you stay true to the original source and then make it good, I don't know. I'm nitpicking, and that's not the point. Action with no motivation. Okay, so we're seeing the characters we know and love from the show, which is great. Boom, right here. That's my boy. We are seeing all these awesome set pieces to tease us. And this is what I'm thinking. Right here in the corner, it says teaser. Teaser is just made to whet your appetite. It's just made to make you go, what is this? Maybe I'll look into this. Maybe I'll check this out. A trailer is designed to make you think, here's the story. Here's what I'm getting into. Here is everything. So I'm not going to bitch. But.
こんな俺を信じてくれる奴らがいるってな。しがみついてでも守る。
Okay. So like literally every anime shonen ever. Oh, it's such good editing. Oh, it's such good editing. It's so good. It's such good editing.
Toguro.
Yeah. So Toguro is like king badass of the series, and let me see if I can find the anime still of him, Toguro. Because when he premieres here, when he shows up, he actually. All right, here. I'm gonna stop.
新しい仕事の依頼だ。面白い案件だといいけど。
Okay, so these are the Toguro brothers. Toguro is like the main badass, and this is his brother. But let me see if I can show you this, and maybe I'll just have to like screen do this. I'm so glad that I planned this ahead of time. Okay, so can I zoom in here? Yeah, I can zoom in. Okay, so we're going to switch here, and then this is Toguro. This is the anime version of Toguro. He is like, if you look at him side by side, they got the look down with the glasses. They got the look down with the hair. They got the look down with like the menacingness, which actually is pretty cool. But then you have this. Like, this is how I know Toguro. And I think they're going to get to that. But, I mean, dude is a monster level. Like, here, like, this is how he's first introduced. And check this out. Like, the care for this is actually really well done. So you have, this is how Toguro is first introduced. And this is how he's introduced into the show. So well done there, guys. Really well done. But that's the Toguro I know. There's a Toguro workout. And then he eventually becomes this. So if he goes that route, which I'm sure he will, I don't know. So like when I saw him like this, I'm like, oh, cool. They're actually making him human. But I don't know. Maybe we'll have some fun later on. Okay. Like they're introducing and like they're dipping hints at all these major characters throughout the beginning of the Yu Yu Hakusho series. And basically the tournament arc. Spirito Gonu! Okay, am I hyped? Yeah, I'm hyped. I am totally hyped. I am totally excited about this. I am totally excited about this. I am jazzed because it's like my childhood coming to life. I'm sure this is what people thought when Transformers came out, even though Transformers was a giant piece of shit because they didn't care about the characters. They tried to, but they failed miserably. So, am I excited about Yu Yu Hakusho? Yeah, I am. But I'm very wary because we've had the Cowboy Bebops, we've had the Full Metal Alchemist, we've had the Attack on Titans, we've had these shows, we've had Dragon Ball multiple times. The American and the Chinese. Dig into that history if you want to see some true trash. The adaptation is a scary idea if it's done wrong. Since we have had One Piece, I feel like there's hope. I feel like there's a sliver of silver on the cloud, and I'm really hoping that we get something out of this that's like character motivated, and we actually like spend time with the characters and not just rush to the next action set piece. I think the story of Yu Yu Hakusho is really cool. I think it's really fun. It adds a lot of mythos, a lot of cool aspects that shows try and do, but I think they did it really successfully in the anime. And I never read the manga. I tried to, I just couldn't get into it at that time. But it's a power shonen, very similar to Dragon Ball. And if they do this right, I think, like, literally this is coming on the heels of One Piece. And I think that's why I'm so kerfuffled by this. I could have a more concise theory or thoughts, but the issue here is this is coming on the tail of One Piece. One Piece just came out, right? And it floored everybody. Everyone was like, holy shit, One Piece actually did what most shows can't and engage us in a show that is not for the masses. But they wrote it in a way, and because the characters are so damn good. They just need to be written and presented and directed and acted and produced well. And since this is coming on the heels, there is a chance that this could be good, because they could take the idea, granted, they were making this as they were making One Piece. There's no way this was made after One Piece. Like, you know, if you don't know, TV shows and movies take years to produce, from the beginning to the end. So the scripts are written way before they're ever shot, you know, obviously, but they're written in a long time, and they're rewritten and polished. And then they go into production. And then, you know, a show like this with, you know, these kind of graphics are going to be in post-production for a long time. So this stuff takes time, which actually I'm going to do right as I end this video, is going to a giant editing project. So this was not a quickly done after the success of One Piece show. It wasn't. So hopefully they're taking the characters and the story and the motivation, the story, you know, the progression and the earned moments seriously. Because if they don't, they're going to follow the same way as the Attack on Titan movies. And if you haven't watched those, oh, you're in for a treat. They're real bad. Yeah, so guys, what did you think of the Neil Breen announcement? What did you think of Godzilla -1? What did you think of the Yu Yu Hakusho? What did you think of One Piece? Leave me a comment down below. I'm not trying to do the whole hype thing. I'm literally wanting to know everyone's opinions. If you think I'm wrong on anything outside from the Japanese versus American trailers of the Godzilla movie, I am wildly stupid at that. I've watched too many trailers in my life, and I got dumb. But let me know. Let me know if you don't agree with me. Let me know if you agree with me. If you watched all the way through to this moment, I applaud you so much. You deserve a cookie and some coffee and a donut, and you should send all those to me, and we can eat them together after I eat them. I don't know where I'm going with that. I'm going to go to work. Have a great day, guys. And in true Neil Breen fashion, I am going to leave you like this. If you would like to watch more videos that I make, you can follow us on Two Cats on the Couch at Two Cats on the Couch on Instagram, or at Two Cats on the Couch on www.youtube.com. And if you have made it this far, I present you with today's moment of Zen.
I have to go poop. If I don't go right now, it's gonna trip down my leg while I'm running. Just leave me here. Go on without me. Please, I don't want anyone to see this.
We understand. We'll never tell anyone that you took a dump outside!
Go! Just go! Just go!